Super Bowl 50 rematch featuring two of the top linebackers in the NFL. It's Brandon Marshall going up against Luke Kuechly. With that, let's get up to Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, a rematch of Super Bowl 50 between the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. They come out here in the aisle. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Slot man moves right. A fake to Anderson, now it's Lynch. And this one complete to Virgil Green. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. The offense on your screen now, and our first look at C.J. Anderson.
And what a look it's going to be. Making a name for himself rapidly, running the football.
On second down, Anderson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play. It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now it's Lynch. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Carolina getting set to take the field. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards on the pickup, and the Panthers are going to get a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
Now Newton. being chased out left. That's complete right around the 8. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Von Miller is so good that he doesn't even need a nickname. His ability to bend and dip on the pass rush, unequaled in this league.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
They'll run it with Artis Payne. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. To throw is Newton. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. 30, 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas, 94 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. So from back deep in their own territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 14 there. And it'll be first down, Panthers. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded. When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot and not play. They were able to stop him short of a first down.
That'll be a pickup of 29 yards there. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, they picked up the first down. But I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that ball.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people.
Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. In motion left goes a tight end. They start to drive with Anderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
Lynch looking to throw on 2nd. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Sanders, the former SMU product, had 79 catches last year, over 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. They're going to need more of him in Denver if they want to get back into the playoffs.
Part of a great tandem, he and Demaryius Thomas. And Demaryius plays out wide. He's one of those guys that you send him out there and let him work one-on-one and use his big body and his big frame to get open. Emmanuel Sanders, he has the ability to work inside as well. And he's not just quick, he's also fast. And he's dependable for a quarterback because a lot of the routes he runs are right in the sight line. Easy throws for a QB.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they'll indeed go for it with Lynch. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now it's Newton. Steps away to his left. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. They go play action with Stewart. Now Newton. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Gano's kick is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. The offense got the ball in a good spot, but they went nowhere. They settled for 3.
Brandon, I think it's safe to say that was a major disappointment. Had a great opportunity, excellent field position, and did not be able to move the ball at all. Big-time letdown.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
Well, the bad news, the Denver Broncos didn't make the playoffs, but the good news for Demaryius Thomas, he's over 1,000 yards again as a receiver.
6 straight years he's done that, but yards per catch and touchdowns down a little bit. Any of that due to the change at quarterback?
Think about it. For him now, in the last 2 seasons, he's had to get used to 4 different quarterbacks throwing him the football. I think that yards per catch would go back up when he gets some consistency.
Once again, it's Lynch. Over the middle here to Brown. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shipped together here from the D-line. In motion left here, Sanders. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Throwing here, Lynch on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl. Traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle, starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On third down, Lynch. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 and a first down.
No matter how you evaluate quarterbacks, at some point arm strength is going to come into the conversation. I'm really impressed by what I saw on that throw on the out route.
On first down, it's Lynch. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. In motion, Latimer. Throwing, Lynch. His throw incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Check, Patrick! Over!
Throwing again here, Lynch. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. A gain of 13 and also a first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Now Lynch on first down. Flushed out right. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there. Heck,
there goes Jonathan Stewart. The 40. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, 91 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. He leaps over him. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Devontae Booker, the man he was trying to get it to. And that'll bring up second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. 2nd and 10 now. It's Lynch. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back can catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Lynch now throwing on 3rd. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
Now, that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Thomas Davis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Carolina getting set to take the field. And with great field position here, chance for some points before the break.
That's prime real estate. Just have to decide how they want to try and take their shot to try and put those points on the board.
They go play action here on 1st down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll send Brown in motion right. Final play of the half. It's Lynch. He's got time in the pocket. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL. All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. 3rd quarter now. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense, because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figure in the offensive side, they said, well, there is no adjustment. Until they slow us down, keep going at them, keep handing them the football. And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now Artis Payne. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. And they're going to speed things up here. Newton on third down. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. A dump off here to Stewart. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Newton's Super Bowl nemesis, Von Miller, coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down for a loss of 5. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Throwing on third down, Newton escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
Here we go now. Leopard. Watch him now, Barney.
A fake to Anderson. Now it's Lynch. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams in Arizona, those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
On first down, it's Ledge. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the wideout in motion. Throwing again here, Lynch. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
In the backfield is Anderson. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. C.J. Anderson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And he'll take it out of the side of the end zone, and they'll get it at the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
this time?
Get a little closer. Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
To throw on second down is Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Newton now to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now a 10th carry for Jonathan Stewart. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. A couple of Broncos there in on the tackle.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And the tight end Olsen, right side. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Then the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 11 on the gain there. And the Panthers are going to get a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. Now Newton on first down. Being chased out left. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. They get 25 yards out of that one. And the Panthers are set up now with a 1st and goal. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. 1st and goal from the 5. Artis Payne on the toss. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They put their identity last year. Offensive line that can move.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cameron Artis Payne. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Demarius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now it's Lynch. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he's able to bat it away.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Stewart is the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. Newton's going to throw it. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now it's Newton. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. That one goes for 24 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Now Stewart on first down, and he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Newton gives off to Stewart, and he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.